Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to FindXYZ, where we think, find, and shine. What are some of the examples of squared numbers? Some include 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, and so on. There are a lot of numbers. Now, what is this symbol? This symbol is known as the radical. Whenever we take the root of a perfect square, so root of 4 will give us 2. What is the meaning of root? What number can be multiplied by itself to give us 4? And that is 2. What number can be multiplied by itself to give us 9? That is 3. What number can be multiplied by itself to give us 16? That is 4. Right? However, what about if I ask you to find the root of a number which is not a perfect square? A root of a number which is not a perfect square. That is a non-perfect square number. So example, root of 2. What is it going to be? You are going to get an irrational number. So you're going to get 1.4142 and so on. Since this number is irrational and is non-repeating and non-terminating, we will lose the actual value or the precision of the number. So most of the time when we have a number which is not a perfect square, we try to maintain number under the radical symbol, and such numbers are referred to as set. So that is introduction to sets. Now what are sets? So sets are also known as radicals. They are expressions containing a number that is a non-perfect squared number under a radical symbol. So if I have a radical symbol and I write any number under the radical symbol, let's assume I write 3. Because 3 is a non-perfect squared number, then this number, which is called root 3, is known to be as a set. So key thing is that the number must be a non-perfect square. The number must be a non-perfect square. So it means that all these numbers, which are perfect square numbers or squared numbers, if they are written under the radical symbol, it means that because we are able to simplify them, we don't call them a set because we can simplify them to get whole numbers. But numbers that are not perfect squares, such as 2, 3, mostly primes or product of primes, and we cannot simplify them to get a whole number, those numbers under the root sign or the radical symbol is known as a set. Thank you for joining me, and we'll discuss more about how to simplify sets in the next section.